Nice of you to join us. Right, guys. People sat down enjoying your dinner, whatever. We're doing a demonstration. What we're doing is we're showing products. Okay, I don't know who I'm talking to. There could be complete novices, if you saw the last demo, or there could be people who are interested, keen DIYs. Or you could be the guys out there, the tradesmen that are going to scrutinise me and look at me and go, that's not how you do it. All right? I'm not preaching to anybody. What we're doing is we're just going to give you a general overview. If I skip or gloss over something you don't quite understand, be like the good boy in class and put your hand up. We'll try and answer the questions, because if you want to answer it, you're thinking it, you can bet your bottom dollar somebody else is thinking it. All right? Right, what we're going to do first is we're talking about jigs, but we're going to give you a little bit of information that we've given out this morning, and guys have come back and go, I didn't know that. All right, so if there's nothing else, the only free thing you're going to get today from me is a little bit of advice. All right, right, jigs. With jigs we use routers. All right, obvious. Anybody here use routers, or are you all complete novices? You don't use any router. Right, routers are for making shapes, and as you can see, he's completely the wrong shape, aren't you? I'm in charge now. Right, a little bit of a safety briefing on how to make your router more accurate. When you buy a trend jig, it comes with guide bushes, and the unique thing about the trend one is a two-piece one, so it's like manoeuvrable. And what that means is when you get it out of the box, we have this little top hat unit here, which is in the collet. And we take this, and this is a machine piece that goes in, and we put it in. What we're trying to do is we're trying to centralise the cutter in the router. Alright? So we can literally put it in, this is all loose, and as we plunge it down, it sits in there very, very nicely. When that sits in there beautifully, we know it's exactly in line. So when we're running our guide bush, as you see, alongside our jigs, it means that if I'm cutting at 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock or 9 o'clock, whichever one is touching the face, we know we're getting the equal cut, equal cut. If not, as you can imagine, when you're running down and you're twisting, if it's not, the cutter is sort of moving. So when you look down your kitchen worktop joints, or you're looking at other jig work, you might look around and go, why is that moving? Alright? It's because the cutter's not lined up. So that will make your jig work more accurate. Alright? Anybody here a complete novice with routers? Doesn't know what they're doing? Correct, not you, him. He's a complete novice. Right, if you're a complete novice, right, routers, perfectly safe if you respect them, okay? If you don't, then it's going to hurt, alright? These cutters spin at 20,000 RPM and it can go wrong very quickly. But there's a couple of simple guide rules. This is your steering wheel, you're in the car and you're in control of it. You're going down the road, and your workpiece or the pavement is on the left. Can't go wrong, alright? Lovely. As with your car, if you're driving down the road and the pavement's suddenly on the right, you're in trouble. It's going to hurt, you're going to have an accident, alright? So simple as that. When we're using jigs, keeping the guide bush and the cutter on the left, right? So we go forward and we can move around, right? Those two simple things will keep you safe. The other thing is when we're using the router, you should never force it. If you're forcing it, the cutter's blunt. If the cutter's blunt, sharpen it. Trend will show you how to sharpen them, or buy yourself a new cutter, alright? When you're pushing it through, it should be just like glass. You should be able to feel what the tip of that cutter's doing. If you're forcing it, it's going to hurt. You're going to have an accident, alright? You just be able to feel it. If it starts feeling wrong, switch the router off, alright? So that's the basic guide and the easy steps to using the router. So we've aligned the cutter in our router, and we're set up now to do whatever job, alright? So in this case, we're going to be hanging a door, right? So first question I must ask, is there anybody here, if you're sat here with your wife, or you're sat over the back with your wife, girlfriend, have you promised to hang a door and you've blagged it for 6 or 7 months because you said it's a nightmare of a job? Because if you have, leave now. You will be in trouble, alright? It's very, very easy. So we're going to try and do it. Now I'm also going to get in trouble with the tradesmen, because I'm going to demystify what they say is a really hard job, alright? Now, a lot of people that I work alongside, with certain jigs, they say jigs is de-skilling the job. Absolute nonsense, alright? What a jig will do is it will give you precise, accurate work, and it means that we can get it done quicker, alright? So if I'm getting squeezed by a builder on price, he wants to take more money into his pocket and out of mine, I need to be more efficient. And then I go home, okay, her indoors doesn't look at me and go, you've had 3 gold stars this week, you've been really skillful. She wants a little bit out of the pocket as well, alright? And my mortgage is not paid by gold stars, it's paid by being efficient, investing in my business, investing in jigs, and becoming more proficient. It gives you a much cleaner quality, so therefore, as a tradesman, I'm more employable. All right? I get better recommendations from customers because they go, that's a really neat finish. So either way, investing in your business, investing in your time, is going to make you more money. All right? And what does money make? Shoes. Yeah, that's how I relate to Kate. Money is shoes. All right? Us boys, it's toys, tools and toys. It's shoes. So we got something for everybody. Right. So what we're going to do is hang a door. Now, as we know, the first thing we do is we'll get our hinges. All right? I'm going to use, for any of you skilled guys out there, I'm going to use oversized hinges for the thickness of the door. All right? And I'll explain why in a minute. So as you can see, we have a door. The first thing you'll notice on the very bottom, this door stood up magically on its own, is because we are using the Trend door stand. Okay? Chippies, if you're out there, nod, back me up on this. We normally cut a U shape in a piece of wood, bit of a wedge and hammer it, don't we? Yeah, old school methods. That's brilliant, that's fine. What we're finding on building sites now and job sites now, everything's pre-finished, alright? You start whacking a wedge in, it might scratch it. When you scratch it, the old boss man, not as nice as they used to be, new door please, so you're into new doors, alright? So this door stand's quite good, it's quite flexible because we can hold it up, and when we want to work on it, to put the hinges on, we can fold it down, alright? So the same as our wedge of wood, but it's just much easier.